It's October here on the farm, and with our wheat planted, we turn our attention to getting the fields ready for winter, namely our grass fields, which have acres and acres of hay and grass that needs to be dealt with here on the farm. You can find a link to this playlist in the description below, or check the channel page for other farming series you might like. Well, welcome back to the farm, everyone. We are here in October, and I guess it's time to get some lime out here on what was our big cornfield just to the south of our house. Now that it's October, we've got, this whole place is covered in weeds, but I don't figure there's much. We're not going to plant this until, springtime. We're going to plant this in spring, whatever we end up putting here. Is this our dog out here? Oh, I didn't know I had a dog. Okay, well, apparently this farm comes with a dog. I was like, what's that animal out there? Right, so we're going to get lime spread out here. I guess, we're not going to worry about the weeds because, we're going to cultivate it before we plant it. So we're going to put the lime out on the field as it is, and then we'll cultivate it in spring before we plant it. So, I don't see any reason doing anything with the weeds because if we whack them down, they're just going to come back probably. So, now if we have a look here, you can see the weeds. Yeah, on this field and this field. Now we got our wheat. Yeah, our wheat planted here. We've got all our corn harvested. We have got quite a bit in the silo. I don't know how much exactly. Let's see, corn. We've got 116,000 liters of corn in the silo, and then both of these trailers are full. So this winter we'll be making some pretty good money for corn. I figured we'll probably wait till like December or something and go sell our corn. Now, for whatever reason, this lime spreader just doesn't register. I've not registered a field yet with it. I don't know exactly why, so we're just going to have to feel it out. And I imagine we're going to have to make a few trips to town to get this filled back up. But for now, let's get our map up so we can see our pH values on the field. Yeah, but this should go pretty decently quick here, getting this all spread. And, we've got all winter to decide what we want to plant here. Doing pretty good on everything else. I'm trying to think if we want to do any contracts or anything. Worked a lot last month. So the north field's up there. One's empty, one's, well, not one, but let me stop this right here. These, this is basically one field right here, right? This is all planted, it's wheat. I only planted that one, not this one. So come springtime, we've got, this field here and this field here that we're on to plant whatever crop we want to go with. Oh, one thing. I remember. Okay, so it's been a few days since I've been working here on the farm. I know one thing that we're doing, and that is grass for our cows. Our huge grass field. It's all mowed. And we're going to check on the status on that here in a second. I want to get some of this lime down. I completely forgot that I was out there mowing that field. We're definitely going to check on that. Of course, the cows are fine because they have a pasture to graze from. But I want to get them some real good homemade TMR. So we'll be... I'm just thinking the grass is mowed on the grass fields, and I need to see what grass equipment we have. I started picking up some grass equipment. We'll have a look at that. But this is going to take, well, this is not such a long job, but this is going to take a few trips to town to refill on lime. And every time we do, it's a little over $5,000 to refill on the lime. So this lime spreading here might go on a bit until spring planting. I don't know. I don't have enough money right now just to refill this thing, more than a few more times to cover the field. And yeah, as I say that's out again. Let's go put this up. We'll work on this some more. All right, was putting this in this shed over here by the silo. So next time we go to town, we'll take this with us and refill it. And we'll probably, I'm going to leave this here. I'm going to leave that running. We're probably going to go to town here pretty soon. Now, I'm trying to remember what mowing equipment did I get. It has been a few days since I worked out here. And it occurred to me that grass is all mowed. Yeah, I remember I got a mower. Here it is. parked back here. Yeah, so the grass is all mowed, but I'm guessing we don't have a windrower or anything like that. Or we're going to have to work on that because the grass is mowed just sitting out there on the field. All right, I'm just looking through our equipment here on the list to make sure that I can see everything and not just what's parked here in the sheds, you know, in case there was something left at the store or something like that. And so grass-wise, we've got a mower, but we don't have windrower or a tedder. We don't even have a baler. All right, so let's go have a look at the grass field. We're going to park our bikes right over here. Yeah, here we got our grass field, and this is just massive, endless acres of grass we've got. And so the question is, do we want to just bale it as it is? Do we want to make some of it into hay? We might have to borrow some money or find a way to something to acquire some grass equipment. But yeah, all these grass fields out here, this is all ours. This is all ours, mowed earlier this month. Did I mow it this month? I mean, again, it has been a few days since I've been out here. I've been really busy. Yeah, this was mowed this month. So this is what I did earlier in October. I think some of this should be hay. I think if we can't decide what to do with it, some of it needs to be hay, some needs to be grass. So we need to get on that and check on what equipment we can get. Maybe we should just lease some equipment for now. I say we lease a tedder and get to work on that. All right, so we can lease this tedder here for a little over $2,000. And I mean, still, it's definitely not cheap. It's not cheap, you know. We're just renting this piece of equipment, basically. Well, no, that's what we're doing. We're just renting it, but we need it. So now we do got to refill this lime, but I can't. Yeah, we may as well leave that here because I can't bring that back with the tedder. So you know, it requires a separate trip. Either way you look at it. So we're going to get down to the store and get that tedder out here and put that to work as well. We're renting it, so we got to get, you know, we got to get our use out of it and get it back. Oh, what the heck is this? You know, I've seen, yeah, so, well, the thing is, we need, the hitch just needs to be in a different place. It might just be that, you know, there is that. Let's try that. Let's, all right, right here. Let's see what we got. Yeah, this right here. Okay, let's try this. I'm looking for one with the quick hitch above the PTO. And there we go. Okay, crisis averted. Crisis averted. We have a hitch in the correct spot on the tractor now. Let's get this back to the farm, and, well, we've got some hay to ted out on the fields. And our grass fields are actually, I believe, just right here alongside the road, or they start over here. Yeah, they do. Let's see, we're going to want to decide how much of this do we want to ted into hay. So let's have a look at it on the map here. All right, so we got 5 fields. We'll just make these 2 right here as hay. I mean, nice and simple like that. We want to get this done so we can get this machine returned. We'll probably be buying this machine, but until we get our finances completely sorted out, you know, we'll just rent this. I'm looking for a way back there. I guess we're going to have to get past this cattle pasture here. Or it looks like a shortcut through this grass here. Still learning the ropes of this farm. I mean, we've only been here a couple months. I just noticed there's a break between the 2 cattle pastures. Yeah, we can get back here. All right, and these 2 fields back here are going to be hay. We want to get this done before we bring the windrower through. All right, there we go. Yeah, I almost completely forgot about these. You see, I was working out here in the farm a few days ago, but then had other stuff come up. And sometimes, yeah, I walk away from the farm and I come back and it's like, man, I completely forgot about these grass fields. Now, our cattle are fine. Let's see, we're going to get, well, we're going to have to find us a windrower and a baler. Now, luckily, I mean, I guess luckily, it is October, so we're not going to get another harvest out of this year. So, we don't have to finish this month. I mean, if we don't get this done this month, we can finish this up, you know, as long as we get this done before the snow falls. You know, we can get this done. We got basically this month and the next month out here on the field. All right, we just about got this field done here, so we're just going to hit this one, and then over there to the left, we're going to do that as well. We'll have a look at windrowers, but we might just lease a windrower too. I think leasing these like until, well, this winter we're going to sell off all this corn. We'll have some money, but more really it's just kind of leasing them until figure out exactly how much we want to spend on one and well, like that. Although I guess we could make payments on one, or I mean, we could take out more of a loan. I like to avoid taking out loans, even though, I mean, it's literally what the system is there for. I mean, that is true, but I try to avoid it. But if you recall, at the very beginning, when we started this farm, I said, yeah, we're starting with some equipment, but, you know, we don't have everything, of course, right? And I knew that we were starting the farm with 0 grass working equipment. I guess I figured we'd see some come up on sale or something like that, which has not been the case yet. Now, we can advance a little further in October and see if we get lucky on that, which probably wouldn't be the worst idea. We'll finish tedding here and then maybe look at doing that. Maybe go another day or so in October and see, you know, are we going to get any used equipment coming for sale or something like that. Otherwise, we might just take out a loan and buy some of this equipment, because having cattle and having all this grass, we are going to need machines to work out here. Wonder how many bales this is going to give us. This is going to give us a lot. So I don't know what kind of acreage we have here. I don't have really any way to tell what kind of acreage these fields are, but it looks like a lot. We're going to have, let's see, rough estimate. If I had to estimate these fields here, let's get back to tractor here. I'd say, like, rough estimate, we could pull 40 bales off these fields here. We could pull 40 or more bales off of this, which means, you guys know I love doing everything by hand. As much as I do, you've probably never or rarely see, you know, you've seen me use bale loaders, automatic bale loaders, but probably not very common. You usually see me using front loaders to put bales on the trailers. We might get a bale loading trailer for this, because we might be, I'd say we're looking at more than 40 bales. I could be really underestimating that. It could be way more than that even across this grass field here. And that might be just a bit much to load with a, you know, 1 bale at a time, or even 2 with a front loader. I'll have to think about that. Those trailers aren't cheap, you know. For now, we'll use a front loader for now, because we just don't have a lot of money, and even if I were to take out loans to buy some of this, I don't want to take out, you know, that kind of money. So working out here in this field, having some computer performance issues, which you may see here and there. I don't think it's in the video yet, but here and there it's getting choppy, so I just got to bring this up. This video is going to be shorter. We're going to have shorter videos until I can get to the bottom of this, because no one wants to watch a video where my frame rate is dropping. I don't know why it's dropping. This is a issue. So I recently upgraded the computer, and I've been having issues since I have, and I have got to get to the bottom of it. So today's video is just going to be shorter, because it's really frustrating playing the game when the frame rates drop, which it's not now, but it just was. It's intermittent. I would love to know why. I have a new motherboard. So I upgraded the motherboard. It's faster, DDR5 RAMs, which I didn't have before. I had an old DDR4 motherboard. New motherboard, faster RAM, solid state hard drive, and a 12th gen i5 processor. So literally everything there is improved, but I'm getting periodic slowdowns, which is weird, because literally everything is way better than it was. So I don't know. How do you even troubleshoot something like that, you know? How do you even troubleshoot? My computer is better in every way, yet I'm getting slowdowns on games that I didn't previously get slowdowns on. What do you even look at there? So, yeah, I just can't make videos the way I did until I get this sorted out. So for today, this is going to be a little shorter. I apologize for this, guys. It's really frustrating for me because I'm just sitting here thinking I'm doing this and I can't even, I'm just like, what am I even going to do about this? I don't know where to start looking or what the problem could be. That said, if it doesn't much more, then we'll have to end the video. Right now we're running fine, but if you see it, so now you'll know. If it starts slowing down again, that's what it is. I can't figure it out because literally everything is faster than it was, and things do run faster. Everything loads faster. You know, everything on the computer is running faster, except the games occasionally are slowing down on me. It's really, really weird. All right, so this is all done. We can get this returned back to the store. Actually, you know what? Let's get off the field here. We'll return this to the store, but we need to go down there and we need to get a Windrower. Yeah, I mean, I want to keep recording. I want to keep playing, and this is part of the reason why there's not been videos in a couple of days. I guess we'll take this way back here. Well, not true. There's videos on Roadcraft, which I'm enjoying playing, but it's been slowing down a lot on me too. Of course, it's a brand new game. It's brand new and has incredibly steep requirements. I figure it's slowing down occasionally because, well, my system just, it's a really high requirement game. But this right here, yeah, I don't know. This ran fine previously. Let's just drop this off here. Let's return this machine so it doesn't charge us again or any more for that or anything like that. We're going to get down to the store and we're going to pick up a Windrower. But let's have a look at prices for Windrowers. So the Tedder we just used, we leased that, and it was about $2,200. So it's what, 5% of the price. I figure the bigger equipment, the faster the work goes. Windrowers are a lot more expensive than Tedders. We could just outright buy this one, which I would be down for, but it doesn't leave us with enough money. We need some leeway in our money for maintenance fees and things like that. So we should just take I said we just take a small loan. We can buy this. So we just borrowed just enough money that we can buy this, get this paid back pretty easily. All right, so we got us a Windrower. We'll get this out to the field, and baler is still a thing, but again, you know, we can't haul back more than just one thing at a time, so there's really no sense in looking at it. But there's some pretty affordable balers that we do have access to, though. Get this back to the field, and yeah, today's episode will likely be cut short because I just can't deal with the choppy frame rate. If it starts doing it again, I just can't deal with it. I definitely, because if it does that, you see, I can't put it in the video. You guys don't want to watch that. When it gets down to like, I don't know, like 5 frames a second, I can't leave it in the video. And what'll happen is it'll just start just interrupting me, everything I try to say, everything I try to do. And then it's, so today's video is going to get cut short until I can get to the bottom of that. We can put out, I can put out shorter videos until I get to the bottom of that. But it's going to put a bit of a, yeah, I wasn't paying attention to the traffic. It's going to put a bit of a crimp in Let's Play content like this, just until I can just get it figured out. But this Windrower is ours, of course. I mean, we paid for this, so we don't have to get this back anytime soon. And that reminds me, yeah, let's go a little bit, before we get out there to the field, let's move one more day into October. Maybe some useful piece of equipment will come on sale, something like that. We'll move into tomorrow. Because now that as long as we own this Windrower, there's no hurry in getting that done. Well, nothing useful for sale here. I figured I'd check, but there's nothing we need there. So we can get out here to the field with this. And, well, obviously, so we've got the 2 sections of field, roughly like a third of the fields here? Roughly like a third? No. More than a third. You know, just shy of 1/2 of this is hay. But this is the Windrower, obviously. We're going to hit all of these fields with the Windrower. And we're going to have a lot of work to do out here with a baler. We can get a round baler pretty cheap. I like the square balers because, well, I mean, they're faster. We can keep them moving straight. And, yeah, you don't have to stop with square balers, you know. And the thing is, yeah, there's so much grass out here. It's going to be so many bales. Round balers are really time consuming because it means stopping and releasing each bale independently. But round balers are the affordable ones. So it's probably what we're going to be using to start with. So this will be a long process getting this baled. And yeah, we'll probably be loading them one at a time too initially. But I guess there is the thing that we're only going to get this one last harvest of this field before winter. So I got the rest of the winter really to move the bales around, however many we do end up having. Yeah, so throughout the winter, I guess, well, we'll kind of be working on this, which means, so we could get a baler relatively soon so we could get some out to the cattle. I think the cattle are fine right now, but yeah, it couldn't hurt to get a baler since we can work on this kind of throughout the winter. Also, liming that field. These are kind of things we can work on, and we want to wait and let's see, wait and try to find a good deal on a cultivator. I haven't really looked at prices for cultivators, but that's something we don't have, and we are going to want for that wheat field. Or, well, I mean, I'm sorry, actually, not for the wheat field. We didn't cultivate that. I mean, but the field that needs to be planted with all the weeds on it, obviously, we need a cultivator for that, and yeah, I want to try to find a good deal on one. This tractor's got a good deal of horsepower. We can, and that's a big field, so we could pull a pretty large size cultivator. And, you know, one definitely bigger than this mower, for instance. And so I'd like to wait and see if we can get a good deal on one of those. And while we're waiting for that, and throughout the winter, we can work out here on this field and work on spraying lime on that field. And yeah, we can kind of feed the cattle out here as we go. Like, we can start getting, and that, you know, that could break some of this work up too, you know, getting some of this baled as we go. Getting some of this baled as we go, because this field is so big, and it's going to make so many bales that could kind of lessen the workload, you know, doing it a little bit at a time. Did I accidentally raise the machine? Yeah. But this section of it here is just about, well, we're just about done windrowing this section here. Yeah, there's just no affordable square balers. Of course, this is just a small square baler. Don't have any affordable options simply at all. So we're just going to have to go with a round baler. And right here, we have two really affordable options. These really aren't that much affordable either, except that I've located these right here. So we could use one of these. I like this one here. I'm looking at it here. I think I've used this before, probably in FS22. We'll get this set up and I'll get us one of these, I guess. It's got a lot of cool options I could put on it, which would probably raise the price to about 20,000, but that's still really affordable for a baler. We'll probably get that one, that little, I think it's a Polish baler. Probably use it. But this field here is good. So we're headed out to the other sections here. So I'm going to get baling out here. And let's see, we're going to turn this on here. And I'm going to get to work on this. I'm going to end the video here, guys, because just having some issues. And like I said earlier, and so I'll try to bring more shorter content while I get this sorted out, and we'll get it figured out. Thanks so much for following along with the series, guys. Don't forget to make sure you're subscribed and follow along. I look forward to your guys' comments and your views, and I love bringing this series to you, and we'll be back here in just a couple of days. I'll bring you back some more. Maybe we could do some shorter episodes more frequently. Like, yeah, the frame drop thing, the whole issue I said earlier, it makes it harder to do long episodes because it gets really frustrating, but maybe I could bring more short episodes. But either way, we'll bring more of this series, and we'll work on this farm, and I'll see you guys here in a couple days.